Cool?
Yep.
All right, cool. Hey! We're here today with my friend Rose Harley, who works at Vagabond Tattoo in Hackney. Awesome tattoo studio, actually just been voted by Time Out magazine #1 studio in London. That's pretty sweet, nice result. Rose is an amazing tattoo artist, been tattooing for many years, and yeah, going to find out some of her journey and process and such like. So I guess the first question is, how long have you been tattooing for? I don't even know that.
Okay, yeah, not that long really. So I started January because I know only by my Instagram post.
Of course.
Of me.
Very modern.
Because that's what I know. So I look back and I'm like, what is it when I started? And I can remember there's a picture of me doing it like, yay, I'm doing it.
Terrified.
Yeah, which is like January 2013, so I think about 5 years.
Okay.
Or so. Yeah.
And you've had obviously a bit of a journey from when you started. Where did you first start?
So I did my apprenticeship at Happy Sailor, which is
in Shoreditch.
In Shoreditch, yeah. So just down the road from where I'm working now.
Okay.
Same road.
Yeah. It is the same road.
It's the same road.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but the other side of the road. Yeah, like the other end of the road.
It's quite a long road.
Yeah.
Hackney Road. It's a long road.
Yeah.
So you went from Happy Sailor to.
So I started at Happy Sailor. I was there for about a year and a half. And then I worked in a street shop in Lewisham.
Oh yeah.
Ladywell, 21st Century Tattoo, it's called.
Also very modern.
Yeah.
How was that as a comparison to Happy Sailor? I mean, because Happy Sailor's not. I mean, it's a street shop, but not really.
Happy Sailor was like a shop that it's like all pink signage.
Yeah.
It was kind of the guy that first opened it was like this like gay guy, so it has a lot of like I suppose gay community go there.
Yeah, and it's opposite the George and Dragon, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
sure.
Yeah.
But that's not George and Dragon anymore. It's another shop.
Not?
Yeah. It's another pub there now. But yeah, so it had that kind of vibe. They did really well there, but it was kind of more like just flash, nothing kind of custom still.
Okay.
And then I went to 21st Century Tattoo, which is just a street shop. So.
Right.
It was only like little names, a bit of kind of black and grey stuff. There's no booking in beforehand. You just arrived, first come, first served.
Big
it was
change.
super busy. Like we'd put the shutters up, there'd people waiting there.
Wow.
Yeah, to get tattooed. Every day.
I didn't know that
pretty much
happened
every
anymore.
day, yeah.
That's how it used to be.
People would be in a queue before you started. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was really busy, but super cheap. Like the cheapest tattoos in town as well.
Just do them.
And everyone was pretty decent, although, you know, we didn't really know what we were doing in lots of ways. We did with those things. So we you know, smash a name, smash a love heart.
Yep.
Smash a bit of a, you know, Boog style rose or a money rose. Yeah.
Oh, the classic money rose.
Yeah, do quite a few of those.
Brilliant.
Crying out, all that kind of stuff, yeah.
Just the classic street shop stuff. I mean,
I loved it.
It's
I
actually
loved it.
Brilliant way to learn, really.
It was so good because that was part of my apprenticeship. That was I learned how to do all that kind of stuff really well, but super quick. You know, and it was all about time there. So. How long have you taken on that name, Rose? Like, there's someone else waiting, money, you know. So it was good because it's like
stressful.
It was stressful, but it made me just go. Yeah, it made me just be really great with stuff like that. Like it was just easy.
So how long were you there for?
I was there for about a year.
Okay.
And then I went to another shop.
Okay.
All the kind of crazy names.
Well, you're a tattooist, that's kind of what happens.
Yeah, this is called Kinky Ink.
Oh yeah.
In Clapham. So, and I was there for about 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah.
That's kind of in between that and what I'm at now. So yeah, it's custom, but still like a lot of walking, little bits, and yeah.
More of a balance, and then
it was a bit in between, yeah.
And then you made the move to Vagabond about 18 months ago.
No, 2.5 years.
Oh
yeah,
God,
I've been there now. Yeah.
Turns out time flies when you're opening a studio.
Yeah.
I've got no sense of time anymore.
Yeah, no, times just go crazy. Yeah. So yes, I've been there for 2.5 years.
Right, and doing your do there, which is obviously going great.
Yeah. So From the last shop to this shop, I've kind of gone from doing everything, whatever came in, you know, whose turn is it now? It was my turn. Yeah, I'll do that colour unicorn. To now, I'm just doing.
Like unicorn. Just saying. I've got one in my portfolio.
Have you?
Yeah.
So now I'm just doing more the stuff that I like to do.
Which is what?
Which is, I kind of gone away from doing colour, although I do want to start doing more colour in the future. But I'm generally doing kind of pattern work, ornamental, just using black, a little bit of dots, kind of stylized, some geometric. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, no, for sure. But that's interesting. I mean, it's not just, you don't just go, oh, I do old school.
Yeah,
and that's it, which is also great.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, it's nice. I think tattooing's changed a lot in that way, which I don't know if you've experienced it in the 5.5 years you've been doing it, but there are more people now doing that where you can't put it into a genre, which is really fun. That's exciting. That's
Yeah, no, I still like to do a bit of everything, but then just translate it into the way I do it, which I know how I do things now. So I do this and this and this. So whatever comes, I go, oh yeah, I could do that because I do it like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense, really. Yeah. So how about your tattoos, like what you've got? Because you don't really have tattoos that are similar to the tattoos that you do. Same as me, I'm covered in this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, work that I still like.
I do think that, because I think, why do I not want tattoos that I do?
Or do you, but you
Is
just...
that like a bit weird or fake or funny that I do this and then I don't want that on me? But I do, but I just started off always having colour, and then I think once you have colour, you always want colour. Like the same as if you always have black and grey, you tend to stay with that. So I really like colourful things, but I am looking to get some pattern work sort of like soon. So yeah, hopefully I'll have that as well as the stuff that I've got.
What was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo is this one, is this arrows, and I actually got that, I was quite late on to getting tattoos, because I've not been tattooing that for that long, and I always kind of thought that I wanted to be a tattooer, but I didn't really want tattoos, which is quite weird, because a lot of people get loads of tattoos, and then they go, I might want to do that as a career, but I always thought I wanted to do it, but I never had a tattoo.
Well, how did you know about it? I mean, why was it appealing? What was it that...
I went abroad. I used to like go partying abroad every summer in Greece and Spain and stuff, and like work in bars. And I worked in a bar in Greece, and the guy that owned the bar had a tattoo shop. So I used to go there during the day and help him out and do some designs for people, and you know, generally talk to people, do a bit of like desk work. And from then I was like, that is the job for me.
Right.
But he was the best guy in the world. And then, I don't know, there's nothing that really, I was unsure about getting a tattoo myself.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And then,
Just interesting you got into it that way. So, I mean, you were exposed to essentially behind the curtain before you'd even got a tattoo, which is pretty rare. Most people, as you say, go through the process of getting tattoos and then going, oh, can I do this?
Like, I mean, I didn't even know anyone that had tattoos, really. None of my friends did. I had like 1 or 2 friends that had tattoos. So, you know, I never had people in my family who had tattoos. So how would I know that I wanted to tattoo?
How funny.
But then when I was there, I was like, this is the job for me. Like, this is up my street, you know.
This is a bit of me.
So then I called my dad from Greece when I was 17. Dad, I decided I'm going to be a tattoo. And he's like, oh, well, maybe you should go to university. Do that first, and then you could do afterwards. But try that first, and you've always got that, you know. So I was like, all right, yeah, maybe that would be sensible.
Probably intelligent, actually, Dad,
And then afterwards, I'm like, Dad, why did you make me do that? I wasted 3 years when I could have been.
I'm in a huge amount of debt.
Yeah. So I'm sorry.
So how old were you when you actually got your first tattoo then?
I was 26, and I got...
So you were in the tattoo studio at 17?
Yeah.
In Greece?
Yeah.
And
so
it took
18
you...
yeah.
that long before
I
you got a
travelled a
tattoo?
lot. I was like one of those people that went to uni and then I travelled for 6 months, then I travelled for a year, and then I went to Australia. I actually got this at Chapel Tattoo.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, in Australia.
Which is, a great. Actually, I think I mentioned that in another video with Yesha.
Yeah,
he was talking
you
about
did.
Chapel
That's
Tattoo.
like
So, right,
jogged my
okay,
memory
right.
to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just all over the shop. I wasn't anywhere to like go, right, I'm going to start my career now. I was like working in bars, partying, generally.
Living the life.
Yeah.
Living the life.
Enjoying myself. And then when I was in Australia, I was like, right, I'm going back home. I need to get this apprenticeship. I need to get an apprenticeship, which means I need to get a tattoo.
It's a good starting point
yeah,
for sure.
so then I spent 6 months doing a portfolio of like pin-ups and black and grey stuff, and and that, and then was like, right, I'm going to get the tattoo. And I still thought then, maybe I'm only going to have one tattoo.
Which is
So
exactly
then when you
how
start
I started
it, then you're like, I'm going to have every single part of my body tattooed.
Have you done a lot of coverage? Or?
I have, but because I've been late into it, I'm definitely behind.
It's not a race.
But it's definitely, to me, a better way of doing it, because I'm making decisions which are sensible decisions coming from a place of knowledge rather than a place of, I'm just going to get it because I want it. Yeah.
That's a really good way of going about it. It's, as I say, it's not a race, it's not a rush. There's no prize for being covered by the age of 24.
I'm so glad that I've done it that way.
Yeah, I bet. So, well, I was going to ask, I mean, this might be totally irrelevant for you, but if you had any words of wisdom for your younger self when you got your first tattoo, like what you've learned from not only getting tattooed, but also doing tattoos, and you've seen hundreds of people get tattooed. Is there any advice that you would give your younger self? Or actually, do you think you kind of nailed it by waiting until you were 26 and going to chapel?
Nailed it!
And, well, I mean, you sort of did. I mean, you went to a fantastic studio. You're a good, a good mindset already.
Yeah, I mean, about getting tattooed?
Yeah, about getting tattooed, yeah. I mean, are there any thoughts? Is there any way that you might do it differently? Or
I don't know. I think there is there's definitely no regrets. The things that I don't love as much as the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've watched the last clip, the last YouTube thing that you did with Yesha, and he was saying you treat as the whole body, and that's really, really relevant. And I think maybe I would have chosen some different things if I had that in mind. But yeah, I do like the idea of getting a tattoo to mark a significant time in your life. And I feel like I'm still doing that, and I've still got plenty of space. I'm still getting there with it.
And that, I mean, that's
maybe
part
ask me in another 10 years or something.
Sure. Yeah, fair point. But that's part of the process, though, isn't it? Is that you get a tattoo because it's the right thing to get, and you're super excited about it. But then actually, as you age, that motif might not be the one that you would choose at that later age in your life. But it doesn't mean that you don't still love the tattoo. It doesn't mean that you don't still have a connection with it because maybe because you got it at a certain moment or something.
Exactly,
not that it is, identifies the thing, but there's just some
part of the experience at the time, and you remember every single one for a different reason, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean, I guess I know that you've got an apprentice, or you've had an apprentice. Have you sort of landed on anything in particular, words of wisdom that you've passed on to her that you might be like, oh, hold on a minute, where did that come from? That's a good bit of knowledge actually. You've sort of relearned things as you've given her the advice.
Yeah.
Letty, that's
it. Yeah. I mean, the story with me and Letty is that when we were working at another shop, she came in. We had a lot of people coming in that wanted an apprenticeship, and a lot of people fell by the wayside really, really quickly. And I never wanted to have an apprentice. You know,
I think anyone wants to have
I
an
mean, I was
apprentice.
too young into it. I didn't feel like, you know, it was my time to do it. But it just ended up happening, and I just ended up falling in love with her and thinking that she was amazing and wanting to give her a shot, and no one else would. And, you know, why not? You know, she was so good, you know. She's, you know, she deserved it. She worked so hard. And coming from, like, very similar to what I did, but a little bit older, really knew that that's what she wanted to do. Had shit time before with, like, other people that said that they'd apprentice her and everything. So, yeah. And at the time, I was going through a hard time in my life. So, as much as I've given to her, she's given me back 20 times, I feel. And, you know, before I decided to take her, I spoke to my dad about it, and he said, oh, you know, apparently, if you teach, you get just as much back or more from that experience, and that is so true.
So it was a selfish thing, is what you're saying?
Well, it wasn't initially, but now I'm like, that was such a good idea for doing it. But yeah, one of the things that she always says that I said, which I can't really remember saying it to her, but she takes it on as on a day-to-day like thing, is that I said, like, if you get scared about things, or if you're like worried, or if something happens where you shit yourself, you've got to front it. You've got to literally just front it. Just forget about it. Go in there. You have to front it. So, and she like says to herself all the time, like, front it, just front it.
So basically what you're saying, so if your tattooist looks really confident, they've probably made a massive error.
I think it's more like if someone came in that was a bit scary, that she was like, oh, I don't know whether, like, you know, I'm like, no, do it, just like, front it, yeah.
Do it, yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose essentially what that extrapolates out into is you're the expert, so be the expert.
Yeah, be confident, you know. I suppose.
Yeah, and people are relying on that, and that's important. That's what we're here for, is to be the ones with the knowledge and to help people and to provide for them. So
not necessarily just in tattooing, but just like in everyday life. Kind of. Yeah.
In life, that's good advice. What's Letty's like Instagram handle? What?
She is at Letty Mortimer Tattoo.
At Letty Mortimer Tattoo. Have a look. She's doing beautiful work.
Really
Only been tattooing for about 5 minutes, and she's one of those annoying people that can just do it. She's super busy,
and she's really put in the hard graft. You know. Yeah. You know, hats off to her. She's gonna be. I mean, she is amazing now, but yeah, it shows you if you work really hard, you can do whatever you put your mind to.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that's probably a pretty good point to leave it. That's a good word to leave any chat on. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Really appreciate it. And have a little look at Rose's work. She's available online. Have you got a website?
I do, but best to find me on Instagram, really.
Which is
at Rose_tattoo.
There we go. Job done. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks again to Rose, and we'll see you guys for the next one. Take care. Bye.